Whatever path you travel, I'd like to share with you a few important lessons that I have learned and have served me well, and I hope will do the same for you. Speak your mind. Don't be intimidated and don't be afraid to ask questions. I like it when our employees ask me questions about the business or our strategy. To me, it means they care and they want to learn, and oftentimes it causes me to rethink things. Your perspective, opinions, and knowledgeable are valuable. So share information and make your point of view known. Embrace your sense of humor and never lose the ability to laugh at yourself. I'm sure you've all experienced ups and downs throughout the years. All of you probably relied on your sense of humor to get you through these difficult times. Continue to leverage that as you begin your next phase of life. It will help ground you, give you perspective, and simply make each day all the more enjoyable. I have seen too many smart, gifted people get caught up in the pressure of the challenge and fail because they were unable to maintain a sense of humor, see the bigger picture, and keep things in perspective. Don't shy away from the challenge and always take the safe route. There will be many, many times in your career when you are faced with tasks that seem daunting. Don't get overwhelmed. Instead, I would encourage you to look at these experiences as opportunities. I assure you that every time you face a challenging situation head on or undertake something that you haven't done before, you will expand your skill set, learn and gain confidence, and you'll be better for it. There is and always will be more to life than work. Invest and nurture both your career and your personal life. Maintain old friendships and create new ones. Figure out what makes you happy and spend time doing it. You will accomplish so much more in this world if you can maintain the right balance. Employees at Qualcomm often ask me how I balance my personal life and my professional life, and I have to admit at times it's a challenge. But when you determine what the most important things are to you and you keep things in perspective, then you find the time. I always remember how influential and caring my parents were growing up and how that made such a positive impact in my life. I now have 3 children, not much younger than you, and I realize more than ever the role and example that my wife and I play in their lives, just as my parents played in mine. Lastly, always act with integrity. Skill, hard work, and ability are incredibly important, as luck is, as I pointed out earlier, but great leaders are those that also possess great integrity. Early on in my career, I learned a great lesson about integrity from our founder, Dr. Irwin Jacobs, something I have to admit to the law school now. I was negotiating a venture agreement. I was a fairly young attorney then at the time. Late one night, the company that I was negotiating with mistakenly sent a fax to our fax machine addressed to their New York lawyers. And in that fax, it went through the various issues that we were negotiating and told the lawyer what they were willing to do and what they were not willing to do to get the agreement done. So, should have known better, but I went running into Dr. Jacobs' office with the fax in my hand, told him that we had received this fax, started to tell him a little bit about the fact, told him that it wasn't for us, started to try to talk about what was in it, and he immediately said, "Wait a minute, that wasn't intended for us?" I said, "No," and he said, "I don't want to hear anything about it. Send it back and tell the company they made a mistake." So I walked out of that office that day with my tail between my legs and embarrassed by my actions, but I learned a very valuable lesson, and I witnessed what I think was an amazing demonstration of integrity that day, and it's stuck with me ever since. It's actions like this that define people's character, truly set them apart, and make them great leaders. Throughout my career, I've been fortunate, and sometimes unfortunate, to have worked with lots of attorneys. I've had the opportunity to see many of them reach incredible potential, make tremendous positive impact, and enjoy amazing careers, sometimes as lawyers and sometimes outside of the legal profession. Through these observations, I've come to realize that there are 3 general categories of people when faced with a problem or challenge. First, there are those who do their job, but they don't understand or they choose to ignore that a problem or issue exists. Next, there are those that are only able to identify that a particular issue or problem exists, but aren't able to develop any solutions to address it. And then lastly, there are those that can not only identify the problem, but are then able to think of creative ways to solve it. These are the kind of people that succeed and change the world. Not only is this the type of behavior our world needs today, but I believe it is exactly the type of graduates USD Law School produces. My hope is that no matter which path you ultimately choose, that you will always exude an appropriate sense of awareness, use your ability to think innovatively, and have the confidence and creativity to seek out problems and provide solutions. In closing, I want to again congratulate each of you for your outstanding accomplishment. Today you have achieved a life milestone, and for that you should be very proud. Most importantly, you should be excited for the future, for what's ahead, because although times may be challenging, new opportunities are never far away. Thanks again, graduating class of 2009. Best of luck.